at asking the Treasury to take all of our stable coins or a portion of our stable coins that we have and put them into a yield farming strategy. But hey, Kent, sure, you're the man who knows even more about this.
Hello, yes, I can speak to this. I would like to cede the stage to the poster, the OP, but I don't believe Charles is here right now. But in essence, this was a proposal or a tentative idea, at least, to that the Treasury would or the DAO would take 30% of its stable reserves and put them in what was described as a lower risk sort of yield generating strategy that could generate a certain amount of revenue per year. I think maybe it was something on the order of like 15K a year, what the proposal was. I let this individual know this is like an absolute non-starter in the eyes of the TMDC, or at least historically has been, because the DAO is not about to gamble with the stable coins that are so valuable and so play such a crucial role in ensuring our the DAO's ability to continue to exist over the next 11 months. I pointed out that even earning 10 times as much, it just would not be worth it. We need to count on this. However, like at some point down the road, when there aren't such runway or pointed runway concerns, and maybe there's more stables in the DAO's treasury, the TMDC could be more amenable to that. And I'm just speaking as one TMDC member. I don't want to speak for everybody, but that's kind of my take on it. But yeah, for right now, that is a non-starter. However, I think the DAO is always looking for new opportunities for yield, especially in light of things like Foxy and of course Yieldy. So I let Charles know that he's welcome to come back and talk on either the TMDC call or tokenomics next week. So I think he'll be back for tokenomics. Always appreciate new DeFi protocols reaching out. That's what Arbor did. That's what Hourglass did, and of course the DAO did have good results with Arbor. So we want to make friends with these cool new projects and see if there's any collaboration. So although the proposed collaboration initially here is a non-starter, I think we're going to learn more and hear from them probably next week.
Awesome, thanks, Kent. I'm glad you guys with the TMDC and tokenomics are being so mindful of our stables and how we hold on to those and the rules that we do with them, so we can make sure we don't get swindled. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right. Next, we've got salary caps for workstream leaders, and this was posted by a anonymous person in the forum, a concerned Fox43 that created an account so they could post this. And this is a conversation that ended up kind of unraveling in the lunch AMA on Wednesday. If you're interested in hearing a whole bunch of people talk about it for a little bit, I highly recommend checking it out in the recorded meetings channel. That was from this Wednesday's AMA. Some good debates on both sides about, it was almost a 2-hour lunch debate on both sides around fair compensation for contributions here, definitions of leadership, and our unique position we're in being a DAO, its relation to startups, or comparing it to other kind of roles in tech and things like that. Pretty deep conversation. I'm happy to host the stage if there's anyone who would like to voice anything else here, or we can leave it inside the stage chat as well. Thought this one might get a little bit of bites, but it's okay if we can keep moving on. It was definitely a very heated at times conversation on Wednesday, so maybe we also have some worn out tread from it. But there's additionally, there's a post from an anonymous question. We have AMA, you can ask anonymous questions if you'd like that can be posted in the stage chat at any point if you don't feel comfortable putting them with your PFP inside the stage chat itself. Get them asked. I'm not going to read it word for word, but there's some asks about the fact that my ideation post for the workstream renewal has some changes to the workstream leader compensation and a raise in salary and a decrease of the exposure to Fox. It was previously at 40%. It's now been decreased to 15%. And kind of a direct question at other workstream leaders if that is appropriate. I don't think that necessarily demanding that anyone have to say things inside a governance call is the best way to get perspectives on things. So if people would like to chime in, they can. You can also kind of leave whatever questions and things like that as they are. There's no response to that. I will keep moving on with the governance call as well. We've got some old forum posts. These ones, we've got a couple of folks in the audience, the Smith, Never Was Giant Kin. If any of you guys would like to hop up on stage and chat about any updates, I know these ones are old, so they might not have anything that's changed, but this is usually the space that we can help get things closer to incubation or ideation. Looks like we got everyone. Who wants to go first?
Me, because mine's quick.
All right, do it, sir.
Let's do it in order.
Mostly this is talking about the proposals section that I set up. I'm going to link it again. It's easier. Purple threads right there. Like that's where H Payne pointed for the marketing one. It's new. I kind of like that one better personally than underneath each proposal when it's automatically posted. Because that only does it when it's active. While this does it every time somebody does an ideation. I just make a new one. Even an incubation, just make a new one and we can talk about it. Anybody can join. If you click on that, it actually takes you to that section, and you can even see the threads. They're all threads that are unlisted on the left. Like in mine, I don't see them all, but in that thing, you can actually go down and look at them all. I think it's kind of neat. You can click on any, and yeah, that was it. Any questions for me about that?
I do want to comment, or at least read the comment that Ocean made there.
True.
I'm agreeing with it. He says that maybe he's old school, but he wishes that maybe we just use the forum for all discussions on proposals.
Which is true, which is actually fine as well. That's probably the better, but it seems like a lot of people don't go to the forums, so at least we can get it out even before the incubation stage when it's just being talked about.
Yeah, you definitely make a good point. I certainly don't want to close opportunities for people to add to the discussion. So maybe there's still some synthesis and a preference for the forum, but maybe some way to forklift the information back and forth, or
right. Right now there's 3 because I was testing the underneath each snap or the bot post for the snapshot bot in the active, and like I said, you can actually log in, click on that and actually join that discussion, but I just think it's not as easily to find the conversation. That's all.
Well, I appreciate you taking on such a kind of nebulous task here of making this easier, and I will do my best to help support you too as we find a better path for people to keep track of it without it being too cumbersome. All right, who'd like to go next, guys?
It's Smith. I'll be quick. I promise. The bot's got me on a clock. First, want to thank Tyler for opening the discussion up yesterday. Obviously, it was a very long discussion, as you stated during the luncheon. So I got what I wanted to say probably out, and so thank you for opening that up as well. Again today, being that the poster or the person who posted that was not able or didn't appear or whatever, want to come up on stage. Anyways, the post that I had did, I think you called me up here for the decisions post that's been out there for a while. Like you said, it's an old thing. I did add a little bit to it, maybe in response to some comments and stuff like that or replies. But it has been out there for a while. So if you had the opportunity and wanted to speak on it, feel free. I will do my best to try to answer any questions or have any replies for that. But at this point, I think that if no one else has anything to add to that conversation, I think that it's probably a conversation that may have run its course at this point. And thank you everyone who did participate so far into that post. But I will keep my eye on it, and if something new pops up, I will try to do my best. But yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks, Nervos. Last up, we've got the Smith. GM,
Okay,
sir.
Tyler, what's up? Yeah, I'm cool. Glad to be here again.
Good to have you here.
I will be quickly. After a close community incubation, we addressed the main concerns and revamped the proposal text. So currently, the proposal is ready to go live on Snapshot. So the globalization stream continues to be the leanest and the cheapest work stream in the DAO. So we managed to reduce 27% of our budget from last period. So I know there are some discussions around general compensations and runaway projections, but the only thing that is high around here is our goal. So I believe that Global has all capabilities to accomplish it. We just have an exciting roadmap ahead to support us. I also can see it is a big challenge in my leadership career. I would like to personally thank everyone who actively participated in the construction of this globalization proposal on that thread. The Discord thread and the forum. So it's all about amplifying communications while finding the ideal product fit, not only for English speakers, but the entire world. And I think ShapeShift deserve that. So back to global ideation, I think it added nearly 20 million forums. It is the second, correct if I'm wrong, highest voted proposal in the DAO history, even in the ideation stage, right? So being 10 million in favor and say 6 million against. So I see nearly 2 million votes on for with changes. So I'm opening the dialogue again. So if you have something to state or suggest, please speak your mind. Come to my DM or that globalization thread on Discord or even the forum, and let's discuss about it. And that's all for globalization. Thank you.
Thanks to Smith, and I appreciate your willingness to continue to receive feedback from everyone through this governance process. You guys have shown great collaboration skills through that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tyler.
Mm-hmm. Wow. What time is it? Did we do it early? I thought this was going to be a 3-hour governance call, guys. This is nothing. How is it? We can leave the stage open if maybe someone was holding their tongue or their space for something, and now that we've gotten to the end of it, they'd like to come back up and speak their mind.
Hey Tyler, I'd like to talk about the Treasury Signing Committee proposal. I'm hoping to move it to ideation shortly here. I still haven't seen a ton of feedback on it, so if people could go and take a look and give some feedback. I know that it's not necessarily a hot topic right now, but it is something that we need to do for the Treasury Signer's sake. So.
And with that reminder there, will you also remind everyone on the call here what maybe the updates or changes from the last time this went round with Perklin presenting it. I know
Yeah,
you kind of had
I
some
basically just
updates.
reduced some of the numbers by a significant margin. He had thrown some numbers out there to get some shock and awe, and he had admitted that, and so I tried to be a little bit more realistic with what I thought. So, but that's all I had.
All right, I appreciate it, PTT. We will keep our eyes peeled there. And again, maybe it looks, yeah, GK just posted that. If you haven't taken a look at it and would like to make your voice heard on this, on a feeling about maybe how much the compensation should look like for this, or maybe if this is a whack idea, the forum is the place to get your voice heard before we move it on in the process. Looks like, hey, we got Neverwas on stage again. GM, sir.
Hey, Jim, just one thing that I wanted to, I don't know, just kind of just put out there for the community with this new airdrop that was announced and the obviously tie into getting additional rewards for participating in governance. I would just as a personal note like to say that it behooves us as a DAO and those who are interested in governance really mattering to really take the time now and try to engage with the community and explain things and do things because I think that there's going to be some unfortunate possible gamification of just to get the additional airdrop. People are just going to vote. They might not try to really find out what the issues really are or really are concerned about, what the proposals are trying to accomplish. So I think it would be important that with this influx or with this possible influx for this period of time until the airdrop rolling deadline expires, there's probably going to be an influx of people just looking to be able to get that additional airdrop. And I think that we all would be better if we're able to try to engage with those individuals and make them participants within the DAO versus just collectors of an airdrop. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for the forewarning there, Neverwas. We definitely can only hope that those with Fox balances read the things they're voting on and agree with their votes when they vote for them. So I hope that maybe this attention from the Archeo airdrop does bring some more eyes and holders to the governance process and helps us continue to mature this as we grow. Hold the floor in the chat for another second or two while we see if anyone else has some things they'd like to add. Look at that, 18 minutes back, guys. That's a small gift I can give you for the fact that you all probably hung out on long calls earlier in this week. So there's a little bit of time back. Thank you all for joining us on this governance call. Great topics and conversations and really great discussion going on in the forums. I hope those continue. I hope you all plug in your wallets to do some Fox voting and make it a great GM.